Everyone, good morning. Happy Monday. I am doing an Instagram live training today all around tools. So to kick things off, you can get your free copy of my Ultimate Tools Guide. It's 3 pages of recommendations for tools to create content as a hairdresser. And you can get this for free by signing up to my email database and you'll get your free copy. So if you would like this document with lots and lots of helpful links to my tool recommendations, all you need to do is comment tools on this live and I will send you a DM where you can just follow the link and get this straight to your inbox. So all you need to do is just comment tools on this live or DM me the word tools and you'll get your copy. So let's dive into it. I actually wanted to share this about a week ago. I was all ready to go, but I actually had a week off Instagram last week. So I'm here now doing it. I wanted to address that. I'm a real human. I'm in small business branding. Life happens. But I'm here now ready to share this live free training with you. So I was really excited to share this with you because this is one of my most requested comments as a social media educator. Everyone wants to know what the best tool is. That is the number one question I probably get asked. I find it really interesting that everyone wants to know what's the best tool. And I do think there's an element when it comes to choosing a tool where I think people think the right tool is going to solve all their problems when it comes to content creation. Now, don't get me wrong, a tool, a tripod, gadgets can absolutely help you create content. But in saying that, there are some limitations and there are some steps as a content creator, now that we're all content creators, that we need to work through and think about what is holding you back from creating good content at the moment. Is it really a gadget or a tool? Is that what you need? Or is there something else? Is it your confidence? Is it your setup? Is it not knowing what to capture, not having the right things to capture? These are the things I think are really important to step through. Because I want to avoid you spending $500 on a microphone if you have to. If that is not actually in your objectives of the content you want to create, I would rather you spend that $500 in many other ways in social media education than buying a gadget. So really important, as we love to buy things, everyone loves to make a purchase. We love that dopamine hit of making a purchase, but just be cautious. Why are you buying this tool? Are you buying this tool to solve what problem? So I've actually made in this cheat sheet a little guide where you can ask yourself, what's holding you back from taking better content? And I've got these 4 kind of pillars where I find is usually the stepping stones of the most main reasons why people can't create better content. So firstly, the one is I don't know what to capture. So technically a tripod or a gadget's not going to help with that. You need educational help, social media education to know what to capture. Then the other thing is I don't have the right clients. If you don't have the right clients, a gadget or a tool isn't going to be the thing that helps you. It's actually going to be doing a content creation day. And a lot of people are probably at this stage where you need to start doing content creation days. So there's nothing wrong with that. All of the big hair educators and influencers are doing content days, guys. They're not doing it on paid clients. So if that is maybe where you're at, that is probably another type of education you can do with me, learning how to do a content creation day and doing it efficiently. And then I'm unsure how to edit. A huge problem that I find with my clients is it's not that they're not capturing content, they just don't know what to do with the content they've captured. So that's definitely where my Video Academy comes into play, guys. That is all about learning how to edit your content, not feeling overwhelmed, knowing exactly what to do with your content. But lastly, if I don't have the time, that is definitely a huge factor for people for not creating more content. They don't have the time to create it. Gadgets will help with that. So if you are wanting to try and create more content out of your very busy schedule, a content tool like a tripod will help with that. So that is a really good reason to be here and a good reason to invest in a tripod. But it will have its limitations. You still need to carve out that extra bit of time to create good content, but a tripod absolutely is going to get you going and it's going to save you time because you're going to be documenting what you're already doing. And that's probably the real secret to being efficient with content creation is documenting what you're already doing. So you've already got a great client, you're already doing a consultation, and you're just capturing that happening. That is probably the ultimate way of being efficient. There is going to be content that you won't be able to do that with, but there is a good proportion of your content that you can do with that. So another little thing in this cheat sheet that I think is going to be really helpful for everyone is this little table down below. So again, if you want a copy of this guide with links to all my tool recommendations, you just need to comment tools on this live or DM me the word tools to get your copy. But here I have gone through video types. So, you know, the main videos that you should be creating as a hairdresser, a stylist, and what tools and gadgets you need to execute it. So we go through a consultation video, what tools you need for that versus what you need if you're doing a talking head video. So a talking head video is when I, the artist, the creator, are talking to the camera. So these video types, the great thing about this cheat sheet that you're getting is that it is giving you a whole list of content creation ideas that you should be hitting as well. This is not just your standard back ahead photo. We know just a static photo of hair isn't going to cut it anymore. Doing a diverse range of videos all in these realms is what's going to create the engagement and bring your account to life. So a part of the, the free bonus of getting this tools guide is you have a list of video types to hit and nail and execute well, and you're going to see a great improvement on your content creation and your engagement as well. So let's move back to the start of the doc, and I'm going to take you through the tools. So I have split up this document to take you through content creation tools for a hairdresser inside a salon, a content creation tools for someone who's maybe advanced inside a salon, and then content creation tools for a freelance stylist. Now, there is a huge difference between these three, especially when it comes to if you are a freelance stylist, so a bridal stylist, let's say, versus a colorist. The requirements for the tools and gadgets are so different. And I think this is where a lot of confusion can happen, because we are inspired and influenced by other hairdressers, and you see this amazing freelance stylist creating this beautiful content with a great ring light, and you go, oh, I need that. But really think about who you are, who your audience is, and what type of hair you do. So if you are a stylist in a salon who predominantly captures or wants to showcase their color work, I wouldn't necessarily say you need a ring light or you need lighting. Lighting works when you have a face you're photographing or you're capturing. So when we think of a bridal look, an upstyle look, it is absolutely about the hair and the face. So you can see why a ring light or a lighting LED light is required to capture that complete look. But if you're just capturing a beautiful color with less face, you don't necessarily need a light. It's actually not going to do anything. Natural light is always going to do better with showing a color work, and really nothing really compares to it. I know some people in the States like studio lighting for their color work, but it might be controversial or not, but I don't actually believe that's going to make your color work look better. So let's talk about the entry-level beginner things that you can use to help you create more content. So this is what I would say is my beginner level. This is probably, for someone who is capturing what they're already doing, and it's probably someone who isn't talking in front of the camera yet. So if you're at that stage where I'm like, I don't really want to talk in front of the camera, the beginner category is definitely for you. So that first row in here, colorist working in a salon, beginner level. So first one I want to show you is this guy. So I'm going to take off the light because it might just cause confusion, because I just said you don't necessarily need one of these. But this guy is my absolute favorite tripod. Not because it's crazy expensive and does all these bells and whistles. My favorite thing about it is it's compact. So one of the big things about content creation tools is that people don't just use them. They buy them and they don't use them. And they tend to not use them because they feel awkward setting it up. It's too hard to set up. It's in some other room right at the back. basically time. Just the time to set up a tripod can stop you from using a tripod. So why this one works so well for me is because it goes with me everywhere. It's always in my handbag. Absolutely always in my handbag. It can always be in your trolley. There's no reason why this can't always sit in your trolley. So it's always there. Then it's really simple. I just press the bottom like that, lift it up like that. I can have it sitting on a bench if I need it, depending on the salon I'm working in. Otherwise, it extends all the way to the floor. So as you can see, I can put it all the way down. So if I was capturing a consultation or a bit of the process by a station, I would literally have my tripod flush against the mirror, phone in it. So one thing about this one is I actually flick it to the side and film with it on the side. I also, really good tip, is you actually don't want to film watching yourself. Firstly, it puts you off seeing yourself in the camera, but if you're filming at a station, the mirror is your eyes. So it also allows you to film on your back cameras. Your back cameras are way better quality than your front camera. Look at that teeny tiny camera on your front camera. It isn't that great. What is great is these fancy, 3 lenses at the back now. So when you set it up so that it's filming in the back and you have the eyes of the mirror just to know what you're capturing. So literally it's so compact. Look, sometimes it wobbles a bit. I just place my finger there and just make sure it's balancing out. But I love that it's compact because it means I whip it out, get it done, document what I'm doing already very quickly. So I also find once I've got it set up like this, I can move it around. I can move it to the back, to the basin area. I can move it so I can get more of a full length of me working style type of content as well. If I was going to use this in the back area too, the back bar, so if I'm going to get process content, which is absolutely a great thing to be getting. Process content, if you follow me, if you do any of my education, you'll know that I go on about how the process, the journey is absolutely what you need to capture to get engagement. I can flip this so it's bird's eye. So straight away, I'm going from, in the mirror, seeing a client face on, to focusing on the head, focusing on what you're doing bird's eye view. So you can film, you'd also want to just flip it like this if you're doing bird's eye. So I'm flipping it up, so I'm filming on those good cameras and I can see what I'm filming there too. So imagine you're at the basin. This is where you're going to get those foil pulls. This is where you're going to get that head massage. This is where you're going to show a toner being applied. All this content does so well as a B-roll video. If you don't know what a B-roll video is, you need my Video Academy course. I take you through extensively how to create B-rolls. But this process footage, you working, showing your hands, is actually also allowing you as an artist to show up in content. Just your hands is enough. And it allows people to see the journey of what you're doing. So we're stopping from just focusing on just the after hair, and we're taking people along the journey by documenting as you go. So this one is really great because I love the fact that you can film that consultation style in the mirror, and then you can also just move it around to where you want to get that bird's eye content as well. Look, the only thing I would say about this is that it might not be high enough to capture foil work. So if you are looking to capture foiling and you are an independent stylist, so you don't have anyone to capture for you, that's where I would use this guy. So I've included this guy in the advanced because if you're capturing foiling work, I would say that you are moving more into an educator type of content creation, which is absolutely a great place, a great opportunity, but you are probably targeting more other hairdressers. So if you're going to be capturing your foil technique, your foil placement, things like that, you do need, again, to be bird's eye above the head. And what's great about a gooseneck tripod is that you can move it freely to around the head. So a great option for if you're working by yourself but you want to capture your color work. So if you want to become more of that in that education space of capturing the foiling, gooseneck tripod is your way to go. In the document that you guys all will receive, if you comment the word tools, the document taps and links through to Amazon to shop all these. So all of these tools I'm going through are available on Amazon. I'm not the distributor. I don't sell these products. I don't make money from this. So I'm only doing this to share with you guys because I know everyone wants to know what tools to use. Just bear in mind my disclaimer at the start. I do believe a tool can help you, assist you in creating some more content. But if you're spending lots and lots of money, I would absolutely recommend that you use that money towards education, and there's better places to spend your money than buying thousands of gadgets. But these tripods, if you're confused, if you haven't been using anything, this one I use all the time. It's $28. You're going to find it helpful, and it's going to increase your efficiency in content creation. So they're the two tripod options. Next thing I wanted to show you, and again, this is very much a beginner aspect, and so I feel like anyone can use these and benefit from these, and it's these suction mounts. So these are called sticky suction mounts, and they go on your phone. So I'm going to grab my phone here. So what they do is you stick them at the back of your phone, probably your phone case. For these demos, I've taken my phone case off, but you stick that on the back of your phone. What is great about this is it's, again, instantaneous content. I wouldn't recommend filming content like on one of these for long form content. So you're not going to get the best result if you try and put your phone stuck to the mirror like this and film for like over 10 minutes, really. You know, it does have its limitations. It is just a suction back. So please don't come at me if you are trying to film long types of content with these. But what they're great at is short, instantaneous content, especially for stories. This is no excuses content, guys. This is get it up, move on, post your story, continue on your day. This is really efficient. So any glass wall, any mirror, you can stick it to the back. You can stick your phone mounted there. Now, another great hack is, obviously these are really well priced. I think, the Amazon link I've got for you guys, you get a pack of 6 for $12. So you can set up your whole team with these. The other thing is some people don't love having it stuck to the back of their phone. It does make things sticky. I kind of like it. I find it like a sensory thing. But if you aren't into it, what you can do is get 2, stick them, so peel those off and stick those back to back. Now you've got a double one, and that means you can keep this at your reception desk in a central place that everyone can use. Put it on your front camera. So that's stuck back to back, stick that to the wall or that to the glass or to the mirror. Now you're filming on the back cameras too. So when you were filming with your case and on here, you are actually only filming on your front camera. So again, a reason why I would say it's not ideal for long form content. It's great for stories content, but the great workaround is if you do that double trick, so 2 stuck to back that you take on and off, sticking to your front to film on your back cameras, you're going to get that better quality content. I still wouldn't film for longer than 10 minutes. If you're filming longer than 10 minutes, get a tripod out. That is better than one of these. But where these really do help is it just makes content more accessible. So one of the big things that all tools and gadgets are going to do for you is it's going to help you be more efficient if you use them. And I find this has a really good strike rate of being used because it's on your phone already. It's there, it's ready to go. There is no setup required. It is just put your phone on that mirror and go. So super cheap investment. Like I said, $12. So the tools guide that you can get for free from watching this live, sent to your inbox. You can buy these from Amazon for $12. So they are great. So that is tools, that is gadgets for tripods and filming. I'm going to move on to microphones because microphones are our hot topic because we are creating more content now where people are talking. So where you might need a microphone would be in a consultation video. in a talking head video. If you don't know what a talking head video is, you need to work with me one-on-one. I can teach you about what that is, but it basically is what I'm doing in this live right now. Me, my head, talking to you. So especially on TikTok, this is a huge opportunity when it comes to creating authority in your niche. If you're an educator, if you're an expert in something, if you can talk to the camera directly and deliver a hook, a message, an education, a controversial opinion, it is absolutely where we're heading to when it comes to entrepreneurial content and content where it's people, human content talking one-on-one. So those are the last thing in terms of microphone content where you might need a microphone is team Q&As. So when you interview your staff or talk to your staff in an interview style video. Now, I would say all these content types, whether it's a consultation, an interview, a talking head, these are advanced content creations. This is someone who has, been doing the gram for a while, has the confidence to be in front of the camera. It is absolutely the opportunity and where the future is. It might not be where you're at in terms of being ready to do this. If you've never filmed yourself talking, I wouldn't go buy a $500 microphone and hope that would be the thing that's going to get you talking. A one-on-one session with me, coaching you on what to talk about, is going to get you the results before buying and investing so much in a fancy microphone. So if you're at that stage where you're like, okay, I think I'm ready to start, maybe you need to invest in just a dupe microphone. So this is available on the beginner. So again, on my tools guide that you guys can all have for free, a link to a beginner microphone is here. So this one is only about $60. You get what you pay for when it comes to mics, guys. It is fine. Here it is here. It just goes, you just mic yourself up and you plug it into the phone, to the charging socket of your phone. It's not amazing, but it's a start. So the next level would be this guy. So I've been doing social media for 12 years. I've been an educator in social media for 2.5 years. I only just invested in this start of this year. So I think that gives you a bit of a gauge of like, what do you actually need? Do you need it? I'm at the stage where, yes, I absolutely need a quality microphone. So I have one now, but it will set you back around, I think mine, I got the DJI 2 and it was $500. The one I've linked you guys to in the guide is the DJI 1, so the first model, and that's about $390. So it really is, that's the way it is when it comes to microphones. It is either quite cheap, $50 or $300. There isn't really any in between, and it really is like super high quality, low quality. I'll also say when it comes to a mic, when I've spoken a lot about, tools that are going to make things easier for you, microphones don't make things easier for you. They're actually quite tricky to set up. I can't tell you how many times I've had meltdowns and hissy fits trying to set this up. It is about producing quality content when it comes to a microphone. There's even stats to say that people take you more seriously when you wear a mic. So if you even have it just visually showing a mic, people will listen to you because you're talking with authority more likely than they will if you don't have that mic. But disclaimer, think about where you're at. Are you really ready to talk in front of a camera? Do you need help knowing how to have the confidence to talk in front of the camera? Do you know how to use it when you do purchase it, or is it still sitting in the box because you were able to figure out how to use it? I've had many of clients who've been in that position. So if you are on that, on the fence deciding where you want to take it next, you've seen that people are doing consultations, you've seen that this is, it's becoming more popular, but you don't know where to start, I would start with a one-on-one with me before you start investing in the big bad boys. But it is definitely a huge opportunity for the future of social media, entrepreneurship, small business branding, absolutely. Person to person, talking to the camera is where it's at. So if you want to stay ahead of the game, feel confident in what you need to do, let's chat and talk more about what we can do there. So lastly, I've gone through my mic options, cheap one, expensive one. Last thing I want to talk about is lighting. So basically, Basically, when it comes to lighting, if you're a colorist, you need natural light. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. If you're trying to capture color work, you need natural light to show it in its best form possible. A ring light or an LED light isn't going to help that much with color work. Where a ring light or an LED light is going to help is when you are showing more of the face. So you might be showing more of the face in talking content, me talking to the camera, or you might be showing more face in a style look where you've done, the makeup is done as well. You know, so I went to Australian Fashion Week with Nellie Ann Hair Care earlier this year. All of those stylists were freelance stylists who were capturing a styled look with makeup. So absolutely every single one of them had a lighting setup. So the one that was really popular at Fashion Week was this guy. So I've included a link to that in the tools guide that you guys can get for free. So people were using that handhold as like a spotlight. Other options are the Big Softy. So this is a brand called, you can even see like that's on my face now. You can see how much like my face is glowing now more so because I've got that light on my face. See how it's not really doing anything for the hair, but it's doing great things for the face. So this is called the Big Softy. I've included this in the middle section. So in a colorist working in a salon advanced, I have included that. So if you're doing content creation days where you have a model who has their makeup done, absolutely get this as well and use this. So this is $150 available from Amazon. It's been the market leader for a while. It's called the Big Softy. It is a little bit expensive, I think, for what you get. Like, I don't use it that often, so it's $150. So I don't feel like I'm using that often. I am in salons working more so with colorists than if I'm creating content with a client. We are creating color content more so than styling. So it's good for me to have in my gear, but I don't utilize it that much for the work I do. So have a think about that. Think about you as an artist, how often you capture the full look. If you're a freelance makeup artist, absolutely you need lighting, absolutely. And there is this as an option. There is a tripod stand as an option as well on my Amazon links. And that other option I just showed you before that everyone was using at Fashion Week, that spotlight, absolutely is going to do wonders for you. And then, there is, that one was $150. There is, in my Amazon storefront, a link to an even cheaper one. So there are some like little dupes you can get that are at that like kind of $50 mark. So if you want this just on occasion, or that, once the blue moon when you do a content day with someone with makeup's done, I would probably just get a $50 one. I think that would be fine. But if you're doing regular work with full makeup looks, absolutely get a Big Softy or that spotlight. So lastly, I have gone through, I think, almost everything, but lastly, I just wanted to give one more option for freelance artists. So that's this one here. This is a tripod. So going back to the tripod chats we had before, the beauty of this tripod is that it follows you around. So if you are a freelance colorist who works in a salon and you need to capture the process showing you working, but you don't have anyone to film you and you feel like you're not going to move this around, you do have the option of that tripod which follows you as a person. It can track you and follow you. So a lot of educators use these. So independent educators from America, I've heard a lot of them using them. It is a bit niche. So if it really is that criteria of being a freelancer, wanting to be an educator, being time poor, that you don't want to set up a tripod, have a go at that one. It's not too expensive either. It's only about $46 on my Amazon link too. So that is the option there. So amazing. I think I've covered everything. We've got compact tripod, we've got microphones, we've had lighting. So we've covered pretty extensively all the different options. If you need some more help or want me to recommend custom recommendations for you, hit me up in my DMs. I'm more than happy to have a chat and see what I can do for you. And please remember to look back at this checklist that I've included in that sheet. Have a real good think about what is holding you back from creating content. Which one of these areas is really the thing that's holding you back? Is it that you don't know how to edit? Is it that you don't know what to film? Is it that you don't have time? Is it that you don't have the right clients? So really think about how we're going to solve this problem and what is the thing for you that you are struggling with, and let's come up with a custom solution to you to get the changes you're after. So thank you for everyone who's tuned in. I know it was a bit of a long one, but I had a lot of reviews and products to get through. I hope you found it interesting, and please just hit me up in DMs and let me know if you want that guide too. Just send me that word tools and I'll send it to you as well. So thank you. Have a great day. Cheers.